Hello there and welcome to the news. I am Sadio Brito. Coming up this afternoon, the people of Nyamina West elect a new member of parliament. Bob Keita's trial continues. This and more coming up in today's news review. But first, we'll begin with the newspapers. Let's take a look at what the Standard is saying. The Standard newspaper is reporting that NPP blows opposition from Nyamina. UDP, GDC will die a natural death, said Sidin Jai, and UDP insists Nyamina Kirjarga not referendum on its popularity. And of course, APRC cautions SFL against venturing into politics. Let's take a look at some of these stories in detail. NPP blows opposition from Nyamina. President Barrow's National People's Party makes its election debut with flying colors, sweeping the polls in both Nyamina West and Kirjarga by-elections. In Nyamina West, the NPP's Biram Sow scored 1,716 votes, whilst the GDC's Yoro Jalo received 805 votes. In Kirjarga, NPP's Our Guy pulled 1,364 to beat a large field, which included her closest rival, GDC's Yama Cham, who got 700 votes. The APRC's Wia Jara got 446, while the UDP's Momodu Silla received 256 votes. UDP GDC will die a natural death, according to Sidi Njai. Former APRC National Assembly member and now a strong supporter of President Barrow's NPP has said the Nyamina West and Kirjarga by-election results have signaled that the UDP and GDC will die a natural death after the 2021 presidential elections. Njai was quoted as saying, "We are beginning to witness what could be the end of opposition in this country. I have no doubt that after the 2021 presidential elections, political parties like the UDP and GDC will die a natural death. As we speak, they are moving towards the graveyard. It is all over for both political parties," Sidinjai told the Standard newspaper yesterday. UDP insists Nyamina Kirjarga not referendum on the party's popularity. The United Democratic Party has insisted that the Nyamina West constituency and Kirjarga ward by-election results are not a referendum on its popularity, and if anything, the success of NPP in the polls should be celebrated as a victory for our democracy. UDP maintained that there is nothing that NPP could gloat over in capturing the seats, and that investigations should be launched into allegations of a massive vote buying, the use of government resources, and the involvement of Al Kalolo in the electioneering. And of course, APRC cautions SFL against venturing into politics. The spokesperson of APRC has warned the lead counsel at TRRC, SFL, never to heed suggestions from social media, encouraging him to feel a false sense of popularity to join the 2021 fray for State House. Mr. Fall has, however, never said he would go into politics, but his growing popularity from his work at the TRRC has won him many admirers in and outside the Gambia, but it has also won him supporters of ex-President Jammeh. Mr. Fall has always said that neither him nor the TRRC is out for any personal vendetta, and their mandate is to seek truth about human rights violations perpetrated under the Jammeh regime. And of course, National Assembly ought to expedite Anti-Corruption Commission. The Gambia Action Party deputy leader has urged the National Assembly to expedite the process of reviewing and passing the anti-corruption bill. Omar Biai warned that corruption is a major challenge to Gambia's goals of ending extreme poverty. The perceived corruption in the Barrow administration, ranging from procurement to other dubious dealings, which includes the recent incident concerning the fisheries sector, is a major concern and setback to this country's development, Biai told the Standard newspaper. That's it for Standard. Let's take a look at what Foroya is reporting. The Foroya is reporting that NPP sympathizers celebrate a victory in Kirjarga ward by-election. Gambia left with only 3 World War II veterans, and of course, police accused of illegally sending people to prison. Let's take a look at some of those stories. Police accused of illegally sending people to prison by Yankuba Jallow. Members of the National Assembly Committee on Human Rights and Constitutional Matters have on Thursday revealed that they have seen some detainees in prisons who were remanded with forged remand documents. The Director of Prisons, the Inspector General of Police, the Minister of Interior, and other security stakeholders, of course, appeared before the committee on Thursday, November 5th, 2020. In the Gambia, magistrates and judges are the only people who sign remand warrants, but the committee found out in their fact-finding mission that some of the detainees were remanded, but they have never stepped their feet in court. They came straight from the police to the prison. And of course, Gambia left with only 3 World War II veterans. Babu Njai, the chairman of the Gambia World War II Veterans Family Association, has on Sunday, 8 November 2020, disclosed to the media that the country is now left with only 3 World War II veterans who participated in the Second World War. Njai's remarks came as the Gambia joined the rest of the world to celebrate Remembrance Day and pray for the departed souls of the gallant veterans of the Second World War. That's it for the newspapers. Let's go for a break and we'll be right back. Stay tuned. An ex-wife has told the High Court in Bundung on Monday her sister told her Boubacar Keita forced himself on her. Mr. Keita is standing trial for allegedly raping his ex-wife's 15-year-old sister in 2019. More in this report.
The witness, who had testified earlier that she was married to the 29-year-old businessman, continued with her testimony before Judge Mamoudou S.M. Jallow on Monday. In her Monday testimony, the witness said her sister told her Boubacar forced and slept with me, that he has been following me for long. The witness had earlier sparked protest from the defense lawyer Lamin Camara about her earlier comment that she inquired from her sister about when Boubacar raped her. I then asked her, when did Boubacar rape you? The witness said while recollecting her one-to-one conversation with her sister at her mother's house, the defense lawyer quickly rose to protest the statement, saying what was on the record was impregnation and not rape. Intervening, the judge asked the prosecuting attorney to advise her witness to stick to what was on the court record. My lord, she's explaining what her sister told her, the prosecuting lawyer reacted. His prosecuting attorney, speaking as if he was there, he was not Keita's veteran lawyer, Camara fired back. The judge advised that the witness sticks to what was on the record to avoid making things complicated. He also suggested that the witness speaks in English, as it appeared she was good in it, but later her lawyer said she will continue to give her testimony in Wolof. In continuing, the witness said she asked her sister when Boubacar forced her to sleep with her, and her sister told her it was since after the Poritas prayer in 2019. Then I told her she wasn't speaking the truth because from June to that time will have been 5 months, and since her stomach did not show clear signs of pregnancy was unbelievable, the witness said. She added, I then told her I will take her to the hospital for confirmation. That's how I took her to the hospital at the family planning at Westfield, and then I took her to the hospital. I met a doctor called Dr. Dafe. The witness had earlier detailed she was shocked when her mom told her sister was pregnant and the person who impregnated her. I was shocked when I got to the house. I sat with my sister face to face and asked her to tell me the truth, for God's sake. She told me it's true, she testified. The witness had on Monday began her testimony by clarifying her previous statement to the court. She knew her sister was pregnant before she even went to the hospital. What I meant with my statement, my sister was pregnant before we went to the hospital, is that my mom called me while I was exchanging text messages with my ex-husband and told me T was pregnant. And she told me because I am a mother, I have checked her and I have experience about pregnant women and found her to be pregnant, the witness said. She said she then told her mother that was impossible because T cannot be pregnant because she was a child. The case continues on Tuesday.
Watanbe, brought to you by Afrisa.
Be part of the amazing conversations with Gambia's greatest minds and personalities. Get ready to be entertained, inspired and motivated on the Watanbe platform. Plus, stand a chance of winning the shopping of your life. Call or SMS 1010 for $3 is only to win cash prizes and a free shopping spree.
Join Watanbe live on GRTS and social media on Mondays and Fridays at 9 p.m. Kylie New Watan.
Where AfriCell goes, nobody dares to follow.
And now, Nyamina West constituency on Saturday elected a new National Assembly member following the demise of Honorable Demba Sow 11 months ago. More in this report. The people of Nyamina West on Saturday, November 7th, decided on who becomes their new Member of Parliament. The Gambia Democratic Congress, backed by the UDP, locked horns with President Barrow's National People's Party in the highly contested election. Yero Jallow of the GDC and Birom J.S. Sow from NPP both casted their votes in Sambang, and they both had a lot to get off their chests. Speaking to the media shortly after casting his vote, Yero Jallow expressed his disappointment with the Independent Electoral Commission following allegations that they allowed the NPP to campaign outside of specified period.
I am a little bit disappointed, good about the IEC. The reason is, IEC said campaign should have stopped at on the 5th, 12 midnight on the 5th. So yesterday we had this, we have information that the NPP guys were going around campaigning at midnight, around night, in the night time. So I called the IEC CEO, Mr. Sambujang. I called him and I gave him the report. What he told me was, look, we cannot stop them. We cannot stop them. The thing is, we are stopping the usage of PS system. I told him, Mr. Sambujang, that's not what you said. Then it means IEC don't understand the language that they put on paper. The language that you said, campaign should stop on the 5th. So in any form, telephone campaign, house-to-house campaign, rally campaign, or whatsoever should have been stopped. So when I gave him this info, when I reported this matter to him, this is what he responded to me. I was so disappointed, and knowing that we cannot do nothing to that, our people were home. Then everybody said, okay, since that is what they said, then we also have to go out and campaign. So our people went to Nana. They were patrolling, talking to people and things like that. So they came across, they met Sidin Jai. When they met Sidin Jai in there, he was so panicked. That was Sidin Jai. So he called, because my guy had only one car, so he called a reinforcement from NPP. They brought about 5 pickups. A lot of people. They are not even people from Nyamina. They attacked my people and they stabbed one of my lad. That was serious. And nobody causes it. IEC is held responsible because they should have stopped when I gave them the report, but they refused. They said they cannot do nothing to that, and the language they put on paper was campaign should stop on the 5th. Right? But when they are going out campaigning and we give you the information and they said we cannot stop them, it means then they are lying to the people.
My question is regarding the electoral body. Now, if IEC is saying that campaigning should stop today, right, and next day they are telling you a different thing, are you concerned about conflict of interest?
I definitely yes. Definitely yes. I am concerned about conflicts of interest because this is what they promise us. It is either they are sidelining or they don't understand the language that they put on pen on paper. Because what they said is campaign should stop. They didn't say the usage of PS system should stop, but they said campaign should stop on the 5th. My people were home. Everybody was home. We respected the law. We respected what they said. We were home, but they were applying all over, from one village to another, from one house to another, bringing articles, giving people money and things like that. So when I got this information, I called them. So in fact, he was a bit harsh to me when we were talking on the phone because I insisted, look, this is not what you said. This is not what you said. What you said was campaign should stop. Campaign in any form, whether it's telephone call, whether it's a rally, whether it's house to house, should have stopped because this is what you said. You should have spelled it out clearly that the usage of PS systems should stop on the 5th. But you didn't say all that. We all understand the language, unless IEC didn't understand the language that they put on paper.
In the event that you lose, would you accept?
Of course I will accept, but I can assure you that would never happen.
What makes you feel so confident that you 100% will?
Yeah, the reason is Nyamina West is a GDC stronghold. We've been winning all elections in here. We have 2 parties in here, that is the GDC and the UDP. So the UDP leaning their support on the GDC, that's going to be hands down.
NPP's Biram Sow, on the other hand, maintained a victory was certainly his and will not be swayed by the allegations and propaganda coming from the Gambia Democratic Congress. Sow reiterated that his mission is to bring development to the people of Nyamina West, and that is exactly what he is calling for.
There was never a campaign yesterday. It's propaganda. I was throughout in my house yesterday. Have you seen me anywhere outside?
What about
They were all on their base because we were together. It's false and it's propaganda.
Mr. So, I just want to ask a follow-up question because up until yesterday, there has been so many allegations from both sides. Now, they're accusing the NPP of actually trying to buy votes from the people of Nyamina. How do you respond to that?
Thank you underlining that word, accusing. So, we is an accused.
There is no truth to it.
For sure, there is no truth. It's an accused.
Are you hopeful for victory?
Yeah, thank you very much. I am 100% hopeful for victory. Victory is mine today.
Victory is mine today. In the event that you lost, will you accept?
Yeah, we are the government per se, and the policies are there. For so we have to accept the policies. We are online with IEC policies.
What makes you very confident that you will win today?
Yeah, thank you very much. The Nyamina people are rallying behind me 100%. The Nyamina people are showing that they are today with His Excellency President Adama Barrow and his agenda, that is the NDP, and that they are there behind the NPP party to see that we take this country to the highest level.
While allegations were heard from both sides of the coin, staunch supporters of both the GDC and NPP had this to say.
Honorable, here you are today supporting the GDC candidate vying for the position of National Assembly member in these by-elections. What is your observation of today's elections?
Thank you very much. Well, I just know that the people of Nyamina West, they have already decided, and the decision that they have undertaken is not a decision of recent. This has been shown since the presidential election, parliamentary chairmanship, and the council election. So obviously, I have no doubt in my mind that the people of Nyamina West will further decide as long as this by-election is concerned, because the information, of course, that they are giving us, the NPP was established based on betrayal, based on desperate and other things that are actually contrary to the national interest or national trust. So obviously such a party cannot just be supported by the ordinary people, because we have seen what the people are encountering here, and the NPP, the government, of course, I would say they have not been doing anything about it. So having them at this material moment trying to fake people by providing certain things for them just to secure the seat, the people, of course, they will take all that they are bringing to them, and at the end of the day, they are going to vote for the GDC candidate.
Election moom amu ben bu easy yëpp a tough mu nekk election bu nga xam ne wax dëgg yàlla NPP as a party ñoom bi is a battle for them. Ñun GDC yàgg nañ di win fii, and this is not the first time winning this Nyamina. So we are going to make sure to maintain the seat of the Nyamina West, and I'm then yaakaar bu baax ne sooba yàlla nañ ko maintain. And though it was not easy for the past weeks ñu ngi fi di campaign and with the incumbent bu nga xam ne they are putting a lot of resources pour gis ne ñoom tam ñu leen toogu bi, but am nañ hope ne people of Nyamina nen make sure ne contrat bu nga ama GDC for 5 years late dem ba so mu génn fa time bi jeexagu mu ñàkk bakkanam foog naa ne 1 year 4 months boobu tam nañ ko jox GDC bi ñu continuer ko as ci parti bi.
MC campagne bi métti na fu mu nekk ni te wax bi bari na ñëpp a ngee wax side boo dem ñu ngee wax, waaye démb dafa mel ni wax bi dafa dem ba nga xam ne dafa ëppal loxo, parce que wax nañ ne there was an incident boo xam ne jamante paaka am na si. Mën nga ñoo wax dara si loolu?
waaw loolu am na, jot naa information bi man démb maa ngi nekk si beneen side laa nekkoon kër Kaatim, suma gars yi colonel ma di ma wax lu xew foofu. Mu nekk lu nga xam ne am na suñu beneen sport boo xam ne sax dañ ko jam paaka si lu ma gars yi wax. Am na ñoo xam ne tam seen cooler bi nga xam ne moom glace ak électricité doo dañ ko sasar jël. Mu nekk lu nga xam ne ndaw yi nga xam ne ñoo fa nekkoon gars yi NPP yi soo déggee kaddu bu gars yi di wax nga di ko seen voice yi nga xam ne ñooy nekkul waa Nyamina mun naa waa Kombo leen jël, ay criminal leen jël rek from Kombo isi leen fii pour mun a isi yaaxa élection si, because NPP daa desperate bu xam ne toogu bi di nga ko win. So loolu la gars yi nekk fu mu nekk nii di play kind of game yooyu, but at the end of the day lu taxut ji di si dellu gannaaw ñun xam ne yëpp nañ ko gis si yoon bi, but am nañ yaakaar ne toogu bi nañ ko jël soobee yàlla.
You know, as he indicated, there are a lot of rumors of accusation. You know, when you lose confidence of winning, and when you know that it's certain that you're gonna lose, so what do you resort to is false allegations and those kind of politics. We won't be intimidated by that. And for us, we are used to it. Of course, people know allegations and accusations. But what we are worried about is once people accuse us of anything and we are found wanting. Besides that, we are not worried about that. We're committed towards the rule of law, and yesterday was cooling day. That's what IEC said, and we respected that as a government. And we are certain that the people of Nyamina West will vote for NPP, of course. All of you have been in our meetings, and you saw how people came out to support Birom JSO and to support President Adama Barrow, because this seat has been, occupied by the Opposition Democratic Congress, and they have not done anything, even needles they have not brought to the people of Nyamina West.
Polls were closed at 5 p.m. and on-the-spot counting began. Votes were later officially announced by the chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, Alieu Momar Njie.
Announcement of results. I, Alieu Momar Njie, chairman of the Independent Electoral Commission, hereby announce the result returned from the Nyamina West constituency in the Jainbure administrative area for the position of National Assembly member of the said constituency, as required by the returning officer Isa Balde as follows. Yero Jallo, GDC candidate, 805 votes, 805 votes. Birom JSO, NPP candidate, 1,716 votes, 1716 votes. There was one valid vote. This is well by witnessed and endorsed by Demba Sabali, agent for GDC, Suare Jabai, agent for GDC, SK Njai, agent for NPP, and Usman Ba, agent for NPP. Therefore, Birom JSO has been duly elected to serve as the National member for Nyamina West constituency. Dated the 7th day of November 2020, signed by Alieu Momar Njie. Thank you very much.
And NPP dips its feet in the political waters as they head to the National Assembly in their first ever election since the founding of the party.
President Barrow dafa nekk góor Nyamina President Barrow dafa fi invest fekk lii amagut fekk seen MP bi nekk fi gaañoogut President Barrow nekkut government bi fi nekkoon soo ma defalee ma def la President Barrow soo àndut ak moom dafa develop sa area dafa develop Nyamina balaa lii xew moo tax Nyamina ñi ne ñoo yoreel President Barrow bor ñoom ñoo koo fay ñoom President Barrow yorelut leen bor ñoom ñoo ko yoreel Nyamina wone nañ loolu Nyamina loolu tax bu
lii bu xamudoon ñun fii danañ dee bu xamudoon ñun danañ dee waaye bu nekkoon ne gañe bi gañe nañ ko ñun bu turoon ñun danañ dee daan dee de ñu ko danañ dee wallahi bu demoo woon nii gàcce danañu dal li gars yi doon wax wallahi fu na ni rus nañ xam nañu ne aussi biit daxal na ñun doon nëbbutu feeñ nañ tey feeñ nañ
asalaamaaleykum wa rahmatullahi taala wa barakatuh man maa gën a kontaan man comité waa Kumbañi la waaw jërë ngeen jëf waa Kër Malima jërë ngeen jëf waa Kër Katim yàlla fay leen ngor yéen kay desu leen gannaaw yéen nekk si kanam Barrow lu wax mu ne bii moo nekk taawam te am na taawam insha allahu rabbi yàlla yóbbu ko si kanam yaa barke salatu fatiha Barrow kontaan nañ trop am na taawam bi li la bëggoon ñu defal suñu réew mi loolu la wax
put up a very formidable and coherent campaign team that went in all out to ensure that the ideals and ideologies of the National People's Party and that of our president, the party leader, has been understood by the people of Nyamina West. And the people of Nyamina West, everybody, they are grateful and they have fulfilled the bargain of their side, that the National People's Party is a force to be reckoned with, and that this is litmus test, and it's a referendum that 2021 His Excellency President Adama Barrow and the NPP will be victorious. Remember, there are a lot of pundits, there are a lot of people who are political experts, who one way or the other have predicted that the National People's Party will win. There are a lot of factors. Of course, the doubting Tamasis continues to feel doubts, but today we have vindicated that the country is all NPP, and that Gambians are really appreciative of the development trajectory of the National People's Party and our leader and the National Development Plan. So we are consoled, we are elated. We want to invite everybody on Monday at the Arch 22, at the Arch in Banjul, where His Excellency, our party leader, will meet our first elected officials. Of course, our first member of National Assembly and our first elected councillor from Kerjarga Ward. So we defeated them in both elections. The GDC, the UDP combined. You know, politics is not a chip and it's not a child play. Politics means serious business, and we mean serious business. Today, we are committed. We also want to, of course, congratulate the Gambia Democratic Congress for participating, and also all the other parties, the UDP and the APRC as well, for both Nyamina and Kerjarga. This is politics. You know, it's about numbers. You have more numbers than you will win. We have more numbers than all these parties combined. So you've seen the results. We've sent them into the deep of the Atlantic Ocean. So that is it. We are happy today.
Sergio Brito, Nyamina West, CRR.
TAF Africa Global presents the new Tulip Gardens. TAF Tulip Gardens is set to comprise service plots in sizes ranging from 220 to 570 meters square. Deposit as low as $83,600 is only an 18-month interest-free payment plan with only 20% deposit on the service plots. Please contact 376-2333 or 776-2333. Free. TAF Africa Global.
Welcome back. Sitting in the hood is a common culture in Gambian society. It is a place where people, especially youth, share their stories and learn from each other. The Fatu Network paid a visit to some hoods in Banjul. Jakasi Sejaite tells us more.
The hood is a short form for neighborhood, but in this context, it is a place where young people, most especially men, sit around, most of whom are unemployed. Sitting in the hood is a common culture in a Gambian society, as it is a place where people share their stories and learn from that of others. The Fatu Network team paid a visit to various streets in Banjul to get a glimpse of life in the hoods.
Ghetto school la, ghetto jàngukaay la, understand? Ghetto ñu fa dee daje dañ bari. So da nga gis fi nga xam ne ay góor yi kese ñoo fa dee daje nag lu nekk dafa happen, understand? Léeg-léeg di nga ñëw gis ñii ñu ngi jaavante waaye teewu tam understand ñoo xam ne ñoom ñoo dee ànd di rooti benn teen ñoom ñooy bokk benn bumbu boo xam ne mooy jaxasoo soo da ngaa gis loolu méegul mata parce que soo bàyyee xel dëkk bi loo xam ne ghetto yi ñoo ko dee précipité si dëkk bi dafa over bari yu taaw yut maan yi da ngaa gis dëkk bi doo mën a dem soo yut maan boo gis rek kooku ghetto yut la soo ñu ñëpp ghetto yut la ñu understand soo gisee tam toogaay bi bari tam da ngaa gis tam lu waral toogaay bi tam loolu tam xam nga si loxo government bi la nekk parce que government bi amul part boo xam ne playal na ko si citizen yi understand citizen bi dañ leen over neglect xam nga lu ma miin soo da ngaa gis loolu tam dafa sonal citizen yi da ngaa gis ñu bëri na ñoo jàng soo jeexalee doo am dara loo def da ngaa nekkaat ci mbedda bi xam soo mbedda bi ñun moom mooy mbedda bi moom la booy de wax xuut bi rek ghetto bi mooy mbedda bi rek soo dafa mel ni yow soo wax ne ghetto bi ñu fa toog dañ bon kon mbedda bi ñu fa dee toog ñi fa bon parce que fu ko tooy dee toog foofu da ngaa ne fu la bantaba ana ñeneen ñi dañ laa ne bantaba siirang jaruta toog soo yow léegi doo xam fan nga war a toog soo da ngaa gis loolu si loxo nguur bi la parce que nguur bi deful place am loo xam ne daal comme foofu la war a taxawee si youth sami understand parce que amul benn place boo xam ne da ngaa ne youth yaa ko sampa moo daan 1000 Gambian ñu ngi faa liggéey xam nga loolu doo ko fi gis soo Gambie seen liggéeyukaay ñaar la mooy port ak office so without that so dafa métti understand so to da ngaa gis loolu war na fee mën a jógee so government bi ñoom ñoo nekk di nax nit ñi rek waaye ñoom am nañ chance bi nga xam ne pour ñu dimbale youth si ñoom am nañ chance bi ñoom am nañ link bi understand.
For most of these young men, poverty, unemployment, and lack of skills are factors that have led to them being on the streets. For means of being able to have a daily meal, they are mostly involved in selling petty items such as perfumes.
Man, right now, like dama de muna jay into eye spray ni eye perfume, you know, like many cosmetics ak yoy nono xam nga. Yeah, and like dama de muna am ko job tamit ra ak yoy nono xam nga. Yeah, door war sometimes it comes easy, sometimes I'm ups and downs like that. Yeah, why anything like ñun suñu amudé lu ñoo def fi la ñoo talk and share our dreams am. Government bi mom they are onto their own thing. Because lu ñu war a def mooy dañu war a indi reforms yoo xam ne nii like xale yi dañoo am si lu ñoo nekka yeah because neexut kenn pour nga nekka comme di tamambaalu nii rek but we have to build factories xam nga company yaatal ko xam nga yeah te and like most of the like ghetto youths are working tamit nekku ne ñëpp a ñàkk a job yeah ñu ngi dem on up and down ñu ngi try yeah ñu ngi fata bunta yu bari tamit because dañ bañ ku ñu ree xam nga.
For Alaji Birinjai Jr., the hood is not always the best of places to groom an individual, especially the young, for the real world, as it is a place where one can be introduced to smoking, drinking, and the like.
am na loo xam ne duma la fen dafa involve youth si comme génération buñ tollu ni Gambia nekku di dimbale youth si te government bi tamit war na noo seet luñ def daal pour motiver youth si daan comme ghetto bi moom am na youth yoo xam ne dégga dia talent waaye ñu ngi toog si ghetto bi xëj na family problème moo leen dugal si ghetto bi yaa ngi juddoo si poor background amuloo loo xam ne mun na la motiver ba nga aaga si standard boobu ba aaga sa boppa nga nekk school drop out end up to be in the ghetto yaa ngi doo toog si ghetto bi buguloo ñaan buguloo dem saaca buguloo def dara mu la involve yaa ngi jaay kaay yaa ngi toog ñu bari ñu ngi foog ne nag xëy na yow daf la neex noonu nga toog di jaay taay waaye xëy na am na ñeen ay youths yoo xam ne loolu moo leen si dugal soo gisee lu leen dugal si ghetto bi family background bokk na si poverty bokk na si ak government bi moom dañ over am hand si loolu du comme gaay rek first generation di co-founders of this nation ñoo ñu gën a feel because soo buggee wax ne fii Gambia benn generation moo ñu feel rek ñun ñëpp ñu ngi nax suñu bopp because man dama foog ne comme su doon si founders yi time boobu Gambia defar nañ fi skill center yu bari ñu am boarding school si correct high school si correct ak universities college duñ passé fii nañ fii duñ agsi fii sax comme ñu ngi wax Gambia si beneen level waaye comme loolu dafa waste suñ time tamit because educational sector bi soo ko bàyyi xel dafa over poor Gambia.
These young men feel left out in the nation's development. They call on the government to look back and create recreational facilities and skills development institutions. Reporting for the Fatu Network News Review, Jaka CCJT.
Thank you very much, Jaka CCJT there. Well, that will be it for News Review. Do join us again shortly, if you can, as we head to Banjul to bring you a live coverage of NPP's victory celebration. Thank you very much for watching, and bye for now.